What's up, NBA fan? What's up, all sports fans? This your boy JB, host of the Behind the Bench podcast network and channel. Giving a shout out to the rest of the crew and for everyone who's tuning in. I hope that you support Behind the Bench, become a subscriber, and help make the show the best that it can be. Yes. The NBA is here, full fledged. You see what I'm saying? Opening night this week, season tip off between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Chicago Bulls. And as we can see by the final score, the Thunder went into Chicago and beat them by 20 with the score of 124 to 104. You see this box score right here? It's another young team on the rise. As simple as that. Now remember, they played without their number 2 pick all last season in Chet Holmgren, and they was one game away from advancing to the playoffs. So I can surmise that they are playing ahead of schedule while they are growing as a team. Led by their star player, Sage Gilgeous-Alexander, 31 points, 10 assists. Josh Giddey with 16, 6, and 6. Chet Holmgren tallied up 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And then Jalen Williams was 16, 3, and 5. And Lou Dort with 8, 7, and 2. Then they got bench contribution from Caden Wallace with 13 points and Isaiah Joe with 14 points. This team will only continue to improve, and they could be one of those teams that possibly through the play-in, or I could see a scenario where if everything falls in place for them, they can qualify for a playoff seed outright as a top 6 team in the Western Conference. Wow, man, I'm telling you, this Western Conference right here, man, I'm telling you, it's like every game is going to darn near have playoff implications. It's going to darn near have playoff implications, especially when you start playing your interconference rivals and your division opponents. Every game is going to count, But like I said, man, they got a good young nucleus of players, man. And they beat a veteran team like the Bulls with a Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan and the like. They went in Chicago and beat them by 20. So they got the offense, so I could see them possibly winning 45, 46, 45 games this year, 44 to 45 games. Telling you, man, okay. OKC Thunder. And they're in such a great position because they have all those draft picks that they acquired 3-4 seasons ago when they started to rebuild, trading a Paul George, trading a Russell Westbrook, trading a Chris Paul. And NBA critics thought their team was crazy and thought they would made the butt of jokes, but they're not laughing no more, man. And like I said, they GM Sam Presti, he thinking 10 years down the line. He's essentially trying to build another San Antonio Spurs type organization in Oklahoma City. That's what he's doing down there. And he drew up the blueprint. Now he's executing the plan. And this is really just the beginning. And this is why I say ultimately, to me, in the NBA of today, of course, everybody want to win a championship. But what you really want to do, establish a foundation to where you're going to be a prime playoff contending team for years to come, to where if you fall short that year, you just come back, man, and you improve incrementally, and to know where you're going to be a darn good team year after year after year, especially for a small market team. That's a victory within itself. Because only one team is going to win every year. And if more GMs, more organizations start thinking like that, you can put yourself in better position to win if you build the right way. And the way I see this decade going is, I don't see a team out there that's going to rack off, 4 straight finals appearances. That's why the ultimate goal is Building an organization where you're going to compete for a long time. You know, that's why the Denver Nuggets going to roll. They prime now, and they have their star player, you know, who in Nikola Jokic and the Jamal Murrays of the world. And then they brought in Eric Gordon, you know, to take that next step. Then Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Michael Porter Jr., and they drafted in more young players, man, to keep this thing going. And that's going to be the key. And you see more and more teams going that route. You may as well go that route instead of trying to, you know. Now, if you're a veteran team and you one piece away, or you a team like Milwaukee who's been a championship, you know, level team basically since 2019, okay, and you got, you know, your star player, your superstar player, Giannis Antetokounmpo in his prime, okay, you one piece away, okay, you can make a major trade and bring in someone like a Damian Lillard because that's the position that they're in. But if you're starting over again with young players, you can't let that go. You can't mortgage all that away because at some point it's going to set you back for a long time, longer than what you think. And the way this Western Conference is setting up, you can't afford to even go that route. You know, so like I said, man, Oklahoma City is one of those young teams on the rise, and they're gonna be around for a long time. And the way they got them draft picks set up, you know, just in they back pocket, they can execute a move anytime they so please to keep this thing going well into the 2030s. That's what I see out of the Oklahoma City Thunder, team like the New Orleans Pelicans, with the Utah Jazz are beginning to try to build. And I think it's great. I think it's great for the league. So I just want to throw that out there. And OKC is going to be one of them teams to be looking out for this year, next year, and beyond. But I just want to drop that nugget. Until next time, this is JB for BTB Behind the Bench.